Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. The one and only Holden Cross, aka Gryphon. Let the people know how you're feeling, big man. Yeah, me too. So Gryphon's coming out December 10th for the upcoming season, and this video is just going to be a one-stop shop guide, so that way you can hit the ground running on day one. We're going to start with the punishes, so GB, parry, add a stam, all that good stuff. And then, if you want to stick around, I'll even go over the moveset for those who are unfamiliar, give you an idea of how to approach neutral and what his best moves are. And then I'll even briefly cover feats and perks if you're into that. So let's get into it. The GB punish is a straightforward heavy in any direction for 25 damage. Now GBing does cause his heavies to do the second hit in his chain, so keep that in mind, that'll be important later. And his throws cause the chain finisher to come out. So whenever you do a wall throw, you're going to want to do a top heavy finisher because that has 2 more extra damage than the side one, which is 30. Now for the add a stamp punishes, this is where I said it's important to remember how the GB operates. So on a throws, it forces you to do a finisher. So for the GB add a stamp punish, you're going to need to throw in any direction and do the light chain finisher, and then do a same side heavy in the direction you threw the light to get the max punish. Remember, never change your guard direction when performing this punish. On a heavy parry, you can do his double light combo. It works in any direction, so just press light attack twice in whatever direction you parry, don't change guards. And this is important because it allows you to get into the second part of your chain, which gives you access to his veteran kick. We'll go over that more later. But you can also do his dodge for a light or zone attack when you're surrounded, but the light combo should be your bread and butter. On a light parry, you get a heavy in any direction for 24 damage. Now for an add a stam parry, you're going to want to do a double light combo in the direction that you parried, and then finish with a top heavy finisher for the max possible damage. Alright gamers, if you're here for the max punishes, that should about do it. Hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. Good luck this season. For those who want to stick around, I'm going to break down Gryphon's moveset now, just in case anybody's unfamiliar or just wants a better idea of how to play him. Let's actually look at the moveset, which I don't usually do, but I think people might be confused by the inputs here. All they're really trying to let you know with this combo chain is that you can do any variation of a 3-hit chain you can think of. Literally, anything you can think of, you can do it. Now, the crux of Gryphon is going to be trying to get into the second hit of your chains, which allows you to get into your veteran's kick, which is a huge damage, a pretty quick bash. A lot of people are going to have trouble dealing with it. That's why we're harping on the double light combo so much in the punishes, and also made a note to tell you that anytime you do a GB punish, it's going to count as a second hit in your chain. So that's 2 very good ways to get into your veteran's kick. And the dodge attacks also act as a way to chain into veteran's kick. So that's where you're going to want to focus on. So let's go through the rest of the moves here. So let me just give you a quick visual on his chain so you can see what they're looking like here. So that was a double light combo into his light finisher, which is undodgeable. And you see here, this is what the light chain looks like when you actually change guards and don't go for the double light combo. Now his light chains aren't anything phenomenal, so the double light combo becomes very important. It's 15 damage. And his heavy finishers are slight uninterruptible. The armor kicks in pretty late into the animation, but it should still be pretty good for team fights, especially considering the hitbox. So having the light finisher as an undodgeable will be a good way to kind of get dodge happy people who are starting to get a feeling for the way you're using your kick. So try and be unpredictable. He does have every variation of the chain, so try not to develop too much of a pattern when playing Gryphon. Now you see here the double light combo into the veteran's kick is going to be one of your most important moves. You can see here, even after a heavy, as long as it's the second hit in the chain, you can still get into that veteran's kick. Holden is still a Lawbringer at heart, so he's got some shove action. You can input it by holding back on the left stick and pressing the GB button. It's the only way to do the shove, and it does guarantee a light attack, which counts as the second hit in the chain, allowing you to get into your veteran's kick. Gryphon has a dodge forward light, which allows you to flow into veteran's kick, as well as a dodge forward heavy, which same rules apply. All dodge attacks allow you to flow into veteran's kick. So you see here with the side dodge attack as well. Now, None of his dodge attacks are feintable, so if he goes for a dodge attack, he does have to commit fully. Gryphon's zone is JJ inspired, has similar hitbox, and would be a good heavy parry punish if you're surrounded. Now, it only counts as the first hit in the chain, so you'll need to find a way to get a second hit in order to fast flow into your veteran skill front. If you think Holden forgot how to do a long arm, guess again. His run attack, which can be performed by being out of lock, running at your opponent, and pressing the heavy button, will give you the long arm throwback. Doesn't guarantee anything though. Alright, let's do a quick breakdown of the feats as promised, and it's going to be pretty straightforward because I don't recommend you using anything other than the unique feats you see here. There's really no reason to change. I will run through the other options in a second just so you know what they are, but these are all great, and with this focus on healing, it's just going to be so helpful when you're just doing matchmaking or any 4v4 mode. So for the tier 1, this is going to be a single target debuff. You're just going to aim it lowers their attack for a certain duration. And this is going to be great when you're in 1v1, so it'll give you a little bit more time to stall since the enemy will be doing less damage to you, and in just team fights in general. So a great tier 1 that you'll be able to use early and often. The Draconite Mist is a healing for yourself and also an AoE. So it's kind of like Soothing Mist, but it doesn't stack like with more people around you. So it will heal yourself, but there will be an aura that you'll be able to heal multiple people. So try and save it for group settings and not, wasting it on yourself unless you absolutely need to. The Draconite Bolt is tier 3 that does heal, but it does act like a normal aimed projectile feat. So you will aim the crossbow to do damage to an enemy, but once the enemy takes that damage, it'll kind of shoot off a little healing aura. So you'll be able to heal teammates in the vicinity. So this will be good. Say you're coming up on a 1v1 and your teammate's a little bit low. Being able to do damage to the person he's fighting while also healing him is just a very nice addition here. So that'll be good to use. And if they're getting outnumbered, ganked, that's even better time to use it. So just be careful about feeding revenge with these projectiles though. Now for the tier 4, there's going to be like a big Lawbringer tier 4 bomb, but after the initial AoE explosion, after the initial damage, there will be a healing aura left over in the same radius of the explosion. So it was a really big healing AoE that will stay on the ground for a certain amount of time. So just be careful because the initial explosion will do damage to your teammates. It's not going to heal them right away. So say you're using it on yourself, say you're low and you're getting outnumbered, and you're going to try and cause the explosion to give yourself a little time. You just got to make sure you have enough health to survive the initial explosion. Or else it'll be kind of a waste. So be careful about that by killing yourself and your teammates with the initial explosion. So for alternatives, you do have speed revive. Again, revives aren't as important as they used to be. Bringing back your teammates half health in certain situations is just kind of feeding the other team renown. Fast recovery, I never want to see you using it. Don't let me catch you. Flesh wound, usually a decent passive perk, but you really don't have any need to be extra tanky here when you have the opportunity to have something that heals you instead. And winner's advantage, don't want to see you using that. Tier 3, Tough as Nails, usually a decent passive, but again, we don't really have the need to be extra tanky here when we have all these heals. And Fury, usually a great feat in its own right, but in this case, having that unique projectile is just going to be good and too fun to use, honestly. And the tier 4s, Champion's Aura, usually a decent feat, especially for somebody like Highlander who also has it. But again, you're going to want to have your unique tier 4. And Aerostorm, for God's sake, don't let me see you using that. So that's it. Stick with those unique tier 4s, and that's just a quick rundown of what they do. Now, let's finish off the guide with the perk breakdown as promised. And I do got to be honest, I don't care about perks too much these days because I'm more focused on the competitive side of the game where perks aren't allowed to be used. But I still want to give you guys my best recommendations because there's definitely better ones to go for. And I know a lot of you out there are going to want to be suited up for public matchmaking as you're grinding. So right off the bat, if you just want something quick, get yourself out there without having to invest too much resources and steel and salvage and all that, getting Radiant Rebound and Remedy is a solid place to start. Those are going to be your 2 gray tier perks, so it shouldn't be too hard to get both these perks unlocked for you. Radiant Rebound, usually that's a perk I wouldn't give the time of day to, but considering Gryphon's going to have slower move speed than most heroes, and considering that he's more focused on healing for his feats, being able to quickly get back into fights or back to objectives is actually pretty useful. At 20% movement speed for 10 seconds will definitely give you a nice little jump head start, and you can get back, start healing your teammates again, and kind of turn the tides of team fights a little bit easier. And Remedy goes without saying, getting that, you're going to be focused on healing already, and getting extra heal for the kills is just going to make you a little bit harder to take down in those big scrap fests, With feline agility and supersonic, don't even bother with those. Their benefits are minuscule and really niche, not really worth looking at. If you did want to try and get, something to synergize with Radiant Rebound and Remedy, you wanted to kind of invest and go the extra mile to get that third perk. Clever Tactics, would be a solid choice. I think it would stack well with Radiant Rebound and Remedy. Since you're going to be focused on the objectives, you're going to be able to do them a little bit more efficiently. Obviously, Dominion and Breach is where people are going to be grinding, so might as well, be able to do the objective parts of those things a little bit more efficiently. Now, I know I was recommending for the Tier 1 not to use Speedy Revive over the Unique, but I know some of you guys are going to be tempted to use Rising Dawn and Rapid Refresh, and I got to say, as somebody who doesn't care too much about perks, that's actually kind of an interesting build that you could do if you really wanted to kind of get into the support mindset where you're focused on healing and reviving your teammates. Rising Dawn obviously is going to make getting revives a little bit more beneficial because they won't be at such a disadvantage when they come back, so might be able to be stay in the fights a little bit longer when you do get those fast revives. And Rapid Refresh, with your little healing roll going on with 3 feats that do healing, being able to reduce those cooldowns by 5% every time you get a takedown or revive, again, synergizing with Speedy Revive Tier 1, Rising Dawn, and having Rapid Refresh, I gotta say, it's kind of compelling. So if you want to go down that route, let's again look at the rarities here. Those are going to be your 2 most rare perks. You're going to have to invest a lot of rolls, a lot of things to do to try and get those perks unlocked. So those are kind of your 2 options that I would go with, a Radiant Rebound, Remedy, Clever Tactics build, or just Radiant Rebound, Remedy. Or if you want to be the true support character, go nuts, man. Rising Dawn, Rapid Refresh, and go ahead and slap that Tier 1 feat on there, Speed Revive instead of Stern, and, go nuts. And with that, my friends, let's end this guide finally. If you stuck around for this bonus portion, taking a deeper dive into Gryphon, hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. And again, good luck this season. Hope you enjoy new character and as well the testing grounds are going to be live, so make sure you check that out and give your feedback. And for those who don't know, if this is your first video, I stream over on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at twitch.tv/lightboogie. So if you come and check me out on there, I'd much appreciate it. And I'm also competing in the NA Dominion series with my team over Easy. So if you happen to catch one of the tournament streams, we could definitely use your energy. So with all that, take care, be safe, and I'll see you for the next video.